Okay, so I know Bleach fans must be extremely ecstatic about the recent news regarding the Bleach 1000-Year Blood War anime and Bleach anime as a whole, while other fans, depending on the fan, may or may not be as enthusiastic about recent word that has been circulating regarding the studio behind Bleach and Bleach's 1000-Year Blood War anime. In case you don't know, Studio Pierrot, they're the famous studio behind Bleach's anime. They've also done stuff along the lines of Naruto, Boruto, Naruto Shippuden. Of course, they've done Black Clover. They got quite a few titles under their belt, including all the way back to the Yu Yu Hakusho era. They've done Tokyo Ghoul. Like, they've done a lot of different anime throughout the years, and so much so that as of recent times, because they've kind of been a little bit more selective on the projects that they pick, they've kind of been a little bit more tunnel vision, so to speak, when it comes to what they've been working on. In particular, they put a lot of other titles to the side. That's why the Boruto anime went a couple of years ago already on hiatus, although it was confirmed to be returning. The Black Clover anime came to an end. It had a film, and while people are hoping for its return, there hasn't been any inclination just yet that Black Clover anime will return. But nevertheless, that is all to say that they put a lot of stuff on the back burner or put it on hiatus while they focus in on the Bleach 1000-Year Blood War anime. Ever since 2022, when Bleach's anime finally returned, it seems as though Studio Pierrot has been very much so giving Bleach its undivided attention. Whilst in the past they have worked on multiple anime, high scale anime, or just in general weekly anime. They were doing Naruto and Bleach for like 100 years back to back together. Each and every week you'd get new episodes. In more recent times, they kind of scaled down a bit and focused in again on making higher quality when it came to the Bleach anime. However, we also reported over the last several months here on this channel, which if you haven't already, you should subscribe and hit that bell to get notified whenever I drop new videos, because you'll get notified on things like this. Because Studio Pierrot had announced already, I think twice, that they had two brand new partnerships that they were working on with studios in order to essentially up the manpower and work on other titles outside of just the one title that they've primarily been focusing on with the Bleach anime. But they've again, manned up more. They've gotten a lot more people, and that's, I think, one of the things that was probably making it a little bit more challenging for them to kind of scale out outside of just doing the Bleach anime, is the fact that they don't have the manpower. In fact, because of all of the words circulating throughout the years, it seems like it's getting harder and harder for the anime industry to get brand new animators that are really excited and enthusiastic about jumping in the arena, because yeah, we know the story, and if you don't, it's pretty bad for animators in Japan. They get paid terrible pay and all of that jazz. Like, it's not good. However, that's a different note, because the big news that recently has been emerging is that a producer from the Bleach 1000-Year Blood War anime, Yoshihiro Tominaga, recently spoke out about the future of the Bleach 1000-Year Blood War, or better yet, even the present of the Bleach 1000-Year Blood War, because it's no shocker if you've been following the Bleach anime, especially with the latest core season 3 of 1000-Year Blood War, that you would know they've been putting in a lot of effort. Like, it's one of the most gorgeous pieces of animation that Studio Pierrot has ever released, especially for a TV anime. Like, it ain't a film, but oftentimes the visuals be looking like, wow, it feels like a movie. And a lot of that, again, is in part to Studio Pierrot really giving it the time and effort it deserves. However, it seems as though Studio Pierrot is definitely more inclined and more invested in Bleach's anime, and potentially that could even mean something great for the future of the Bleach anime moving forward, because Yoshihiro Tominaga, in a recent NHK broadcast, I believe there was something going on with Studio Pierrot, and in general, it might have even been an expo going on at the same time, where homie spoke out and said something pretty major regarding Studio Pierrot, and in particular, the addition of the new studio that they put out, Pierrot Films, which came out a bit ago now. And when that first came out, a lot of people were like, okay, that's something interesting. You don't know exactly, because we're not in the business of things and whatnot, but you kind of get a wonder of like, well, why create a subdivision when you already have Studio Pierrot? Why create Pierrot Films? Well, it seems as though Studio Pierrot has quadrupled down, so to speak, in terms of how they really feel about the Bleach 1000-Year Blood War, and in general their efforts and how dedicated they truly are. Because apparently Pierrot Films, the new subdivision, was made for Bleach. Tominaga emphasized that. He said no more excuses about money or time. I think he even went on to even further elaborate that they're taking about a year to a year and a half between cores working on them, so that's why there's the break. And not only that, pretty much, I want to say maybe like halfway through a season of the 1,000-Year Blood War. They are already working on the next core of 1,000-Year Blood War. So this final core of 1,000-Year Blood War has been in development for quite some time, and that even further confirms why a lot of people feel that Bleach's anime is insanely beautiful, because they are putting in the true time and effort. And him saying no more excuses about money or time, this shows even further how dedicated they are. But a lot of people are feeling very interested about those words, that the subdivision Piro Films was created for Bleach, which makes a lot of people think, wait a minute, okay, so they created a subdivision for an entire anime essentially, right? Like, ultimately, does that potentially mean that Bleach's 1,000-Year Blood War is just the catalyst to what they have moving forward? In case you guys don't remember, it was pretty recent, I want to say about a month or two ago now, that they released the Bleach anniversary little special that it reanimated tons of scenes from the Bleach anime of the past, not just 1,000-Year Blood War stuff, but going all the way back to the Rescue Rukia arc, Ichigo, Orihime, Chad, Uryu, like all of the classic stuff from Bleach, which it looked absolutely gorgeous. But it makes a lot of people think, so if this Piro Films was created for Bleach, does that mean that they have plans moving forward even further after 1,000-Year Blood War comes to an end? I think it's safe to say that they're definitely going to do more Bleach. It's just a matter of what Bleach are they planning on doing, because a lot of fans are thinking like, yo, Bleach anime remake, that's gotta be it, especially if they're saying that Piro Films was created for Bleach. They gotta have that on the docket, that gotta be a part of the plan. And a part of me is like, that could very well be the case, but I'm going to lean more towards that if this Piro film was created for Bleach, and not just the fact of like, hey, it started off being created for Bleach, but it's going to be utilized for other anime moving forward once Bleach comes to an end. It'll probably be utilized for moving forward adaptations of, again, the light novels that haven't been adapted yet into anime form, because there's quite a few of those. The Hell arc, like, there's still a lot of other stuff after the Bleach anime of the 1,000-Year Blood War comes to an end to be adapted. It's not just that, hey, they might go for an anime remake, because just being honest, that is a very big and expensive investment, and because Bleach already had 366 episodes of the prior content, that doesn't make it the most lucrative to remake with the beautiful art style. Like, it's different doing a 2-minute trailer. Like, that's a small investment. Investing millions upon millions on content that, sure, people would love to rewatch, but are people going to be as invested in jumping into this thing opposed to new content? That's where it kind of gets a little bit tricky and a little bit muddy. I'm not so sure they're gonna go that route. I mean, it would be fire, and at the end of the day, if One Piece can be having an ongoing anime and a remake anime at the same time, a remake of Bleach is not out the question. But you gotta remember that they did something very similar with the Naruto anime, where a few years back they had that Naruto 20th anniversary animation celebration that reanimated stuff from Naruto and Naruto Shippuden. Like, we had something similar and nothing ever came from it, although you could add the caveat that with Bleach, they're announcing that, yo, Piro Films was made for Bleach. So if this was potentially made for Bleach, it could be because they have grander plans going forward for Bleach. Only time will tell. Either way, yeah, it got certain fandoms, I guess, like Boruto and Black Clover in particular, like, yo, cool that was made for Bleach. Make a studio for us, dog. We're waiting. Black Clover anime ended back in March of 2021. Boruto anime ended March 2023, almost 2 years ago now. Like, what's going on with our anime? But to be fair and to be honest, Bleach has been waiting a long time. So me personally, I know Studio Pierrot will get to Boruto and Black Clover when they are ready, but if they got further plans for Bleach, by all means, do it without wilt.
Yes, it'll be hard, nothing to be thankful. Elevate it easy if you want it, gotta get it. Can't forget it, can't neglect it, even if it means a headache. Take a gamble with the feels, just for a refill. Tell me that you love me now. Tell me that you need me now. Tell me that I'm bugging now. Tell me that you love me now.